What it do, everybody? We back with another episode of Wrestling with Xotics. You already know who it is, man. It's the franchise kid, franchise Jerry, and I got my dog with me.
I think I need a Fiji water.
And we're going to be talking about the Bloodline and AEW Collision.
No cap.
Let's get right into it, man.
Right to it.
How did you feel about Jey Uso turning on Roman Reigns to join forces with Jimmy Uso?
I loved it. And honestly, to the people on the internet wrestling community who are mad at the timing, this is the perfect timing to do it. You know why? I get that everyone hasn't defended his championship, and that's kind of an issue, but not really, because this is going to reflect his championship reign.
Yeah.
Because by him dissolving and handling this, now we don't have to worry about the Usos no more in the title picture.
Exactly. You know? And his title reign wouldn't have been this long if it wasn't for the Usos.
And what did he say in this promo? You're here made to keep us at the top. I got us here. He literally told him, you're here to keep us there.
Exactly.
He flat out told him that. So it's like, you watching Roman low-key like, what do you expect from me? I'm telling you how it is, and you've been knowing how it is, and now I thought you were going to go with my side, but now I can't wait to see how this played out, because I just loved how Jay sized it out, made Jimmy think, I'm going to turn on you, bros. I
just don't like the narrative that everybody's painting that Roman Reigns is just out of nowhere being betrayed. Like, no, bro, he's being betrayed because he's a dickhead. Let's not forget about what he was doing to Sammy, how the Bloodline even got started. Jimmy Uso had to stop the match that Jey and Roman was having because Roman was beating the fuck out of Jey. Like, let's not forget why Roman keep getting betrayed. Let's not act like Roman wasn't shoving Jimmy in his face like he was a little bitch just a couple weeks ago. Bro, you're going to get kicked in your face if you're dissing people like that. Like, that's the only thing I'm really not fucking with is this narrative, you know?
That's literally it, man. I just don't see how anyone could go against it. I just loved how Jay did it too. Made Jimmy think that he was going to be out of the Bloodline. And he said, I'm out too. And then they stood alone. And I was like, finally, like, you guys cemented. You guys stand over him fucking end of a SmackDown. It's never been like that before. Only next to him. And even how they acknowledge like 10 years to main event of WrestleMania. I love when wrestlers cultivate and use those real life moments to cut into promos, because that is true, but at the same time I always said that Roman was elevating his cousin. So like I liked how he tried to use that in his favor to say he's not manipulating them, even though he is. The manipulation comes into play because they're getting the rub, because they're getting that main event spot, because they're the tribal chief's cousins and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So by them finally showing like we're gonna stand alone, like, we got all the accolades, we got that fame, we main event in WrestleMania. We good, bro. We don't need your abuse. We can stand on our own.
I'm really happy that Jay made this decision. I told you guys from the very beginning, the Bloodline started with disrespect and it will end in disrespect. Absolutely. And sure enough, what happened? Jay and Jimmy super kick Roman's chin square off his body. Hey, it started with disrespect, it'll end with disrespect. And that's just not how you lead. That's not how you lead a group. You don't lead people with abuse and you know, disrespect. You're not Michael Jordan. And even Michael Jordan, you know, had to chill out a little bit, you know, because like you just said, he was suffering from that. So, yeah, you know, I just don't like how Roman's been running this whole Bloodline thing. I never felt like it was as equal as everybody always tried to make it seem. I felt like if the Bloodline was really going to be successful, then Roman should have been involved in the Usos matches, just like the Usos were in his. He should have also, and if Roman wants to brag about building stars and putting people in a position of main event, then he should have helped Sami Zayn reclaim that Intercontinental Championship. Then you can actually really say that. But nigga, all you really did was just give Sami Zayn some more light, and he didn't even really have a problem with that because he was still relevant before he joined you guys. That's why he was getting pushed on WWE prior to being in the Bloodline. So overall, I think this was just a great decision by Jey Uso. It was something that you've been wanting to do for a long time now, and it's even better now because you have your brother actually backing you up this time. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Your brother is the whole reason why this shit even started, because he stopped your match and tried to make you seem like you was a pussy and couldn't actually beat Roman. So he's like, bro, please, just don't beat him up no more. We'll join. Like, what the fuck? Come on now.
Jay was not going for it.
Exactly. So I like that Jimmy finally snapped out of it and remembered what he said. You're nobody's bitch, bro. So I don't know why you've been acting like it. And ever since you guys lost them belts, you know the vibes ain't been the same. So this was great.
He's been avoiding y'all, been pushing y'all to the side, telling the wise man to tell y'all he's not there.
A real leader is going to help you guys go and get them belts back or put you in position again to go and get them back.
Yeah.
Or even help you out in that match to get them back, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. Roman has never interfered in nobody's match, never hit no fake music or nothing. Sammy hit the fake music on him that one time.
Sammy has helped him more than Roman.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, bro. And I feel like that's also why Sammy had that, like, you know, that one-on-one without really saying nothing to Jay before Jay went out there and did that. Sammy was looking at him like, you know what time it is, bro. Make the right decision. Go be with your brother, bro. Roman's your cousin. Jimmy, that's your brother. Y'all came from the same coochie, bro. You gotta stick with bro. You know?
He not abusing you like Roman. Roman trying to make fun of y'all. Y'all make fun of people together.
Exactly.
Roman trying to make fun of y'all.
And if we being real, they're the pillars of the bloodline.
Yeah.
All the way down to the gimmick. They were the ones before Roman and Paul Heyman and Solo ever came around. They was doing that. You know what I mean? They was saying since day one, and you know, the Usos really set the foundation for this bloodline shit. So
because they're naturally themselves.
Yeah.
And then like Roman
didn't really have that yet, but like he fit so perfectly in with them off the simple fact that they was related. So all he had to do was just start acting a little bit more hood like them, and then next thing you know, everything is working out just perfectly fine.
Yeah, I feel like Roman also started developing his character more because he had to be in the bloodline with them, because he had to bounce off of them, the fact that they're good at that shit. Honestly, I want to say that the Usos helped Roman with his dynamics when it comes to acting and whatnot too. He had, I want to say, a slight inkling of what he needed to do, but seeing as how he's a tribal chief, he had a bloodline, and Usos had like a lot of foundation, like he said, he was able to work on that character more. And I also thought it was funny that he decided he wanted to work and be the tribal chief. Like, this is his character he came up with. So, like, I'm glad that everything played out the way it is. Overall, the bloodline being over now, bro, I'm so excited because, low-key, I do want to see Roman be on by himself or just with Solo. Like, I didn't need all that entourage. And, like, you know what I mean?
Speaking of Solo, do you think Solo Sikoa will eventually switch on Roman Reigns?
He always have to win some championships or have to go without winning any championships to be frustrated to switch on Roman. He's already went against the grain on his own blood.
Well, remember that also goes kind of back into what I was telling you about how Roman was bragging about building stars.
Yeah.
How come you haven't put Solo in a position to go and win a belt yet? And he's been in that group for how long? And before he got to that group, he lost the North American Championship. You never helped him get that back or even...
They took it away from him and they were pushing. Because I feel like what they did was they wanted to solidify him strictly on the main roster because they noticed he's one of the most prominent NXT call-ups ever. How they highlight him when he loses doesn't even feel like there's anything knocking him off because he's an enforcer. He comes through, he makes an impact. He doesn't talk too much. He hasn't oversaturated his character. So I feel like that's has a lot to reason why he hasn't necessarily chased after that belt, bro. Because then WWE's clearly trying to protect Austin Theory, and that's what he would be on. Because Roman would be like, you could be the U.S. Samoa, represent the U.S. You know, I can see nothing better. I'm the Universal Champion. You be the U.S. Champion. You know.
I feel like if that doesn't happen from him tagging along with Roman right now, then Solo hanging out with Roman would be an absolute waste.
But,
and I can definitely see him leaving Roman because of how Roman acts and Roman's past history. What happens? When someone isn't doing what Roman wants them to do all the way down to the T, and especially if you don't win the match that you're supposed to win,
and you say you're going to win it,
Roman starts dissing you, starts exiling you, starts isolating you, and pretty soon starts flat out disrespecting you, muffing you in your face and shit. I would love to see Roman try to muff Solo Sikoa in his fucking face. We're gonna see how that go for real. Solo Sikoa being the enforcer, being who he is, you think he about to just stand around and get muffed,
he get spiked,
get dissed?
He get spiked.
You see how he looked at Roman when Roman just accidentally shoulder bumped him?
Yeah.
He was like, bro, just because you tribal chief, right? Just because you the tribal chief don't mean I won't put you down in this motherfucker. All right, like so,
and still call you my tribal chief after.
Exactly, you all right, my tribal chief?
But you dissed me. You dissed my tribal chief.
So
I don't know.
Yeah, I could definitely see him doing that. Should Jey Uso dethrone Roman Reigns? I've been seeing this comment go around a lot lately, bro. I think it's the most asinine, ass 10 through 100.
How many super kicks are you gonna do?
Right.
If you my compadre over here complains about Roman Reigns' moveset, which he does have one, it just is not the most exciting. He cannot stand Jay's moveset. And not only that, Roman can actually he's been in the ring with people like AJ Styles and Kevin Owens, and he has this good symmetry with those, and those are high caliber technical wrestlers. So that shows me Roman has depth to being in a match. He can carry his own weight.
Bro, imagine Jay beating Roman with a super kick or a frog splash. Bro, look, 1,000 days plus.
This frog splash.
To enter a frog splash. Wow.
Bro, I don't even care if Jimmy tried to help him. Like, Roman, you know how they love to show that picture of Roman, Superman punching Logan Paul at the sky? They would just show that him getting up and just hitting the shit out of Jay. Just, like, smacking him out there. Like, is this the main event? This is not the main event.
Yeah, Jay would have to come up with a whole new moveset, and Jay also has to go against actual world champions outside of a tag team match.
Let's just see a mid-card title from Jay.
I could definitely see that. But, like, Jay's only gone against Sheamus and Kofi Kingston as former world champions. And that was only in tag matches. So it's like, bro, we haven't seen you actually do that as a singles competitor. And if we actually seen that more, then it would be believable for you to be world champion one day, but still not enough to beat Roman Reigns.
I don't think so at all.
No, not even close, brother. Do you agree with this statement? The Usos should gracefully stop tagging after this Bloodline story, and Jey Uso should pursue a singles career.
Honestly, I want to see it because WWE needs entertainment factor, and Jay as himself can carry a lot of entertainment.
Yeah, I feel like the Usos have already done everything there is to do.
And I feel but at the same time, I just feel like he ain't gonna leave his brother out because that's been his mantra the whole time.
But maybe Jimmy is ready to be gone.
But I don't know who Jimmy is because he's clearly not, because he's still trying to get them checks. He's still got a lot of things as far as I feel outside of WWE that he hasn't cleared up yet.
Maybe that's why he decided to get himself in shape.
Exactly.
Because he was looking like he was ready for retirement. He was looking, because every time Roman mentioned anything about food and free flight, Jimmy was all the way in, bro. Coronas, tacos, you name it, he was in.
Yeah, he said, you know, I love that.
So yeah, it looked like Jimmy was about ready on his way out the door. You know what I mean? So like that's why I was all like, yeah, if I was Jay, I would be more serious on starting my singles career.
But low key, I think what it is too, I heard
Jimmy wouldn't last alone.
It's rumored that WWE's gonna make some new tag team championship belts as well. So I feel like Uso's still gonna want to try to get their hands on those. But I feel like they're not done yet. Main event Jey Uso is kind of cool, but I don't think Jey Uso, he knows what it is, and it's when his time is when his number's being called. But he's not gonna really sell out to like leave his bro. If he was, he would have just stayed in the bloodline because they're grooming him to do that, to be by himself. He don't want to be by himself. He wants his brother and want to help him.
Something I wanted to bring to your attention. I've been watching our new undisputed tag champs, Kevin and Sammy, for some months now, you know, defending those belts, and it just still doesn't look right to me. How about you? Does that look right?
It's not, and
it just doesn't make sense.
I just want to get rid of it already.
Yeah, I'm kind of over it, but at the same time, I feel like they can't just lose it so abruptly. It has to really make sense.
Because they're both high quality wrestlers, so they can't
exactly.
They can't take a shitty loss.
And former world champs.
But I feel like my main problem with them is Sammy didn't go through all this prominence and being able to stand in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, to lose and not be a world champion at some point that's not tag team related. You know what I mean? And I feel like and I just wanted, okay, this time WWE just play it cool, had him lose the belts, and have Sammy and Kevin backstage like, you know what this means, right? We talked about this from day one, from all stuff with the bloodline, all this. All right, we gotta go for the championships, man. We gotta do. We both here the main event and be talent. Like, why can't we get a inspiring promo like that? Like, I'm sick of this, man. We don't have to be enemies, but we respect each other as craftsmen. Like, we both want to be that guy, be the champion.
I would like to see them go to separate shows
That's
and
what
then
I'm
compete
saying.
for the belts.
That's what I'm saying, and I feel like I could definitely see Sammy with that World Heavyweight Championship.
I can't see him with that one. He's got to be a WWE champion. KO, I could see him with the World Heavyweight Championship because he got that stomach. It would just make sense. The aesthetic is a little better. Versus Sammy, like he doesn't scream heavyweight champion.
That's why I feel like they give it to him, bro. Steph is not
and he's nowhere near buff. Like he don't fit the mold like a world heavyweight champion, like Batista, Undertaker, Edge. Even he got bulk. Like,
so you think they would give it to they would give it to?
I think they would give it to KO before they would give it to Sami Zayn. I feel like they would straight up just give Sami Zayn the WWE Championship.
Interesting. That's interesting. Low key, you might be onto something because they ain't never give KO the WWE Championship. They just gave him that Universal. And that's in that lineage, it's not the same. So that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy as fuck. When you talk about it. Yeah, quickly, we just want to touch base on the AEW product. It was a great match they had between Adam Cole and MJF. It was on Dynamite, but this was a pay-per-view level quality match. It ended in a draw, which left a number of people highly upset because they needed to be
involved.
It needed to be a definitive winner, but I just feel like it just told so much from this match. You can see that MJF highlighted a lot of his wrestling and the way he carries himself from Adam Cole and CM Punk. So he loves wrestling with these type of people because that's gonna bring the best out in him. Yes, I want to say that Darby and Sammy bring out a good side of him as well as Jungle Boy, you could say, but they're not on his level. So he's always gonna outshow them and gonna try to do that with CM Punk and Adam Cole. He's trying to show, you can visibly see in the match that he's on their level, if not maybe they're washed now. They're not on his level. But it's way different than how he wrestles Darby and all them, bro. He's literally trying to show you that Adam Cole meant I could chain wrestle. I have these counters. I know him. I scouted him. I patented some of my moves after him. I could block the Panama Sunrise. I can do all bro. He was making Adam Cole wrestle like he was wrestling in NXT.
Yeah. No cap, bro. And I was really hyped to see that because how Adam Cole came out in that promo against MJF, bro, I was like, hell no. You look so washed, bro. Like, you came out here looking super bow-legged and old. Like, you look unathletic, all type of shit. Like, so I was actually shocked when I seen this match because I'm like, yo, you played us. That was just all a rouge. So that way you can really
do bad.
Exactly. So you can really show out in the match. So yeah, Adam Cole, like, bro, he brought out that old Adam Cole from NXT, and that was exactly what I wanted to see. I'm just very pissed off that the match ended the way it ended. I'm like, bro, a draw? To have a time limit on a match of this caliber, somebody in writing need they ass whooped. Somebody backstage, I don't know. You can blame it on Tony Khan, the cameraman. I don't give a fuck who. But whoever decided to put that time limit in that match, you need your ass whipped. Because what the hell? Adam Cole was 1 second away, bro. 1 second away. So that brings me to the question of what the hell is going to happen now? Are they going to allow Adam Cole to get that get back? Because he definitely deserves it. He had MJF on the ropes at the end of that.
Look, this is where I check it out as perfect, why I'm okay with that. AEW has perfect with these time draw type finishes. WWE rarely does it, but they don't use it with the same type of time syndicancy like AEW using, because
they do it, but it's like on the low. Like you don't know the match's time.
They were writing this is perfect in the storyline. This is showing that MJF was driven to the limit. He has not had any match as part of his whole championship reign that's been in a draw fashion at all. And you saw 5 more minutes was requested, and he did decline. So
he's a pussy for that.
So Adam Cole is gonna be able to use that in the future and be like, "What's up? I'm the only one that's ever been able to do that." And it's gonna lead us to
And the only one to beat you but not beat you.
Exactly. Everybody else, you definitively pinned them or made them submit or whatever the case may be. You have never done that.
Exactly. And I had you pinned.
I had you pinned
before the time went up.
So what's up, Max? And then like that's one person he got to avoid now, right? But then speaking of how this match is so cool, this leads into the Collision, man. Collision was the big debut on TNT Saturday, 8/7 Central. It would happen June 17th, United Center. CM Punk's big return, man. What did you think about that promo? And I asked you that because of what we just discussed. So what did you think about everything Phil had to say?
I loved it, and I thought Phil did a great job of reminding everybody who the hell he is and why he's here. And he said a lot without saying a lot. You know what I mean? You just know that he's back for real this time, and he's not playing around. And I am going to make a guess. And I also want to say, when I first seen that red bag, bro, a number of things was going through my head. I'm just trying to like figure out what is in this red bag. And I did come across the thought of that might be the world championship in there. It might be a new world championship. You know what I mean? That he plans on introducing. I came up with that just trying to be funny though in my head. I'm all like, what if he got the WWE championship in there, that the spinner belt? That would be hella funny. You know what I mean? But then when I was talking to you about it before the show, I was all like, yo, that would make a lot of sense for him to have the AEW belt in there, the original one in there, and have him do what he was doing in WWE. So I'm excited to see where Phil is about to go, especially coming back and being in the shape he's in, because that main event match that he had at the end of the show, which I'm sure we'll get into in a minute, bro, he looked more on point than he did last time. He looked like he was ready to take a legit bump.
Because literally, bro, I said it when I went to see Double or Nothing at 2022. Him going against someone like Hangman, well, he wasn't ready for that, bro. Hangman has too much physicality. Can I just look at Hangman having matches with someone like John Moxley? Those guys have an instant classic. And notice how, yeah, Hangman had a concussion, but didn't John have a concussion? He wasn't cleared for a couple times, too. So it's like these guys are both equally as tough. These guys having matches with Phil, they're tearing him limb from limb. They're making him dislocate his shoulder. He tore his pec off the bone the last time he raced with John. Then the next season he break his foot when he wrestling against Hangman, because I'm pretty sure he's kicking Hangman. Hangman's pretty, like, I'm not gonna lie, he's bigger than John. Like when it comes to like weight wise, lifting wise, like John's stocky, but Hangman got him beating that weight room for sure. And I'm looking at it, and that is who CM Punk had to fight before he got to John, and that thing was layering him out with the buckshot. And he already got CM Punk already said he was getting swung on by him, so I was like, that seasoned him up. That let him.
But you said he was scared, but I feel like that's exactly why CM Punk came back in the shape he's in right now. Exactly, because he got tuned up. He got the bald head back. You know what I mean? His legs look like they in shape. His upper body looks like he's in shape. Like I'm like, yeah. Phil ain't playing with you niggas. He ain't like no super like buff on some crazy shit.
He put on weight.
But yeah, he put on some weight. He's definitely more lean. Like, you know, he's more of like a Daniel Bryan type of stature right now. Maybe even a little bigger.
Yeah.
Just because he's taller than him. You know what I mean?
I feel like he's definitely at that point where he's like, okay, hey man, John tuned me up. When I cross paths with them again, I got to be on some physicality shit. These guys push the envelope so crazy in that Texas death match, bro. And Hangman won that shit. So the next time he sees Punk, it's gonna go crazy. But they saving that. Who do you think is the most angry from when he cut that promo? Out of that promo that CM Punk cut, who do you think he offended the most?
I don't know how one person just gets offended. Can you give the exact quote?
He said, if you, as a fan, are expecting me to give an apology for something, yours is almost, you're softer than the wrestler that you like.
Exactly. So, that is exactly what I mean. I love what he said because he called everybody in the back soft, pretty much. Like, I don't know how you're one wrestler back there and didn't get offended. If I was back there, I would have been like, did CM Punk just call me soft? So if I was the whole locker room, bro, I would be offended, honestly.
Well, for sure, bro. It's come to a point now where I kind of look at CM Punk and he's just like, yeah, I get away with whatever I think I want, but I'm gonna push the boundaries with this. Like, I feel like with this comeback,
I didn't hear him say no lies.
no, yeah, he didn't say no lies. Tell me what I'm talking about. He's gonna be pushing the AEW forward, and I like that. So like, and I feel like that brawl out was perfect because it needed to happen so that way AEW can come back for some backlash, and at the same time they have a direction because that was a very low point for them and bouncing back from that. And even that pay per view itself, I watched it, and then MJF was making a return, but he was overshadowed because what CM Punk was saying in the media scrum, and then he was talking shit, and then the fact that CM Punk and the Bucks and King Omega really got into it. And just think about that guy now. It was CM Punk by himself, and yeah, he had Ace Steel with him, whatever, but it was just CM Punk and that guy versus Kenny and the Young Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
So like it was a handicap match, but Punk didn't care, and they're younger than him and all that stronger than him. He don't give a fuck. I just think he's the right person to push the envelope, and I think it's perfect for him to be in AEW because you can't do this in WWE. So at this stature of his career,
right now he could.
He could kind of, but it wouldn't be the same effect, bro. Because what he's doing is one. How he calls himself One Bill Phil. He's attributing so much that he's a draw, and that's kind of what CM Punk needs in this stage of his career. Because if he was in WWE,
I would love to see him bring this type of energy towards Roman, because that would make Roman have to really step it up and really wrestle. Because Roman hasn't gone against nobody that's really calling themselves the best in the world or One Bill Phil. Roman hasn't gone against anyone that has actually made Roman feel less than or beneath them. You know what I mean? Nobody's really tore down Roman before, besides maybe John Cena, but that was before this reign. You know what I mean? So like I can imagine Phil really getting in his head, because that's kind of what Seth be doing. Seth be getting in Roman head. And you see it don't work out well for Roman. Roman just spaz out and just want to crash. So I can only imagine what Phil would do to him, because Phil would actually hit Roman with a lot of truth. You know, Phil cut deep. He not about to just go out there and play with you or just say some shit for the cameras. Like he about to figure out as much dirt as he can on you and expose you and give you every reason.
Let's talk about the real shit. That's how they talk about you back there.
Exactly.
But it's just like I can see that, but that'd be cool. But at the same time, I feel like Roman could just be like, "Bro, I didn't need to do what you did because I'm not a bottom feeder. You over here desperate, baby."
But he's not.
But he's not. He's never been, bro. He's not.
He came from a way harder route. If anything, he wasn't even supposed to be in his position,
No, he
bro.
wasn't. Like no, but when I say that, it's because he's clamoring for the spot. He deserves it, but he's always telling you why he deserves it. So Roman would be like, "Shut up, nigga. They don't want you. I got ice cream bars, nigga. I got all this
This is my camera.
This is my WWE. You could never say that they let you air it on camera. That's what he would say to him. He said, yeah, that's what Roman would say. So I would love to see that. Roman finally has a way to have a war of words. Doesn't need necessarily Paul Heyman to talk for him because he doesn't. When Roman's cutting into somebody, he just nigga, look at you see me on the fucking billboard, nigga.
Right.
When the last time you been on one of them shits? But I just love Phil here because he needs to push these niggas because he's giving them really the crash course on how to succeed on both levels. Be that figure. Be like he brought the shoes out. Can you feel these shoes? Can you be a draw like me? Yeah, you can sell this shit out. Can you sell at your hometown every time? Look how they displayed me this time coming. I still almost sold this bitch out. And it's coming with a 50-50. People don't even like me, and some people still love me just because
still showed up.
Exactly. I'm like, y'all are not y'all not coming like that. So y'all gotta understand. Y'all gotta really he's on some shit. He's on some different shit. So I feel like with this, I feel like he's pushing the boundaries with everybody now. He already seen what the time was. You've seen he could have a classic match with Eddie Kingston. You've seen he could have a good match with Darby Allin.
He whooped Eddie Kingston ass.
Exactly. This nigga was ready to do John Cena shit on Eddie Kingston.
He got Eddie Kingston ready to retire after that shit. He was pissed. But switching gears, bro, I want to talk about Miro versus Tony Nese. This was a great fucking match. And Miro, I've been waiting to see him wrestle, bro. And he looked like he been waiting to wrestle.
Yeah.
The way he came out and really dominated Tony Nese.
The Redeemer.
Bro, oh my goodness. He really dominated the shit out of Tony Nese. Pause. But like I was like, yo, he looked like he been cooped up somewhere waiting to wrestle in Russia. He came out more slimmer. He looked like he was gonna be on that bullshit.
He was on Clipper games, mad at his team losing, ready to dominate, trying to get some
championship gold. Bro.
He is somebody. Okay, I want him to take back the TNT championship.
He got his wife acting right again. He feel it right.
So he's like, I want the TNT championship. Mm-hmm. I want him low key. Even I want to see him be a real redeemer, dominate like the whole mid card division, bro. If he was even take that shit from Orange Cassidy, I wouldn't be tripping because he didn't even have the fucking Intercontinental Championship yet. He only contended for it the first time when he was in the inaugural match when Pac won it, and he was not the one pinned. So I feel like that match and for him to get that title would be insane.
I just also want to mention to those who don't know, Miro is Rusev, who used to be on WWE, for fans who been, trying to figure out who the hell we talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Miro made his return, aka Rusev Day. He's good, bro. He hit that Machka kick.
Bro, he kicked the fuck out of Tony Nese. Square in his shit. Looked like a video game. Caught him square on his shit.
Bro, then he got the camel clutch RP, the Sheik. I think that's
bro. I love that. He's always used that as like a finisher submission move,
Yeah, so
stomp on a nigga back hella crazy. And then
I was like, yo, that's the craziest Steiner recliner. I just hope championship.
I don't normally see people kick out of that. Like,
bro,
or get out of that.
He's made everybody he beats. I want to see low key.
I've only maybe seen like 2 people like get out of that, like when they have a match with him in WWE. But outside of that, I don't. Yeah, you don't see that often.
It's a pretty over finisher. Briefly, I want to mention Ricky Starks actually declared for the Owen Hart Cup on Collision as well as Powerhouse Hobbs. I bring up Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs declaring for the Owen Hart Cup because I think Miro should win it. But I wouldn't mind Ricky Starks winning as well. But I feel like low-key Rusev is a dominant force, and that cup can elevate him because Adam Cole won it, the former World Heavyweight Champion. I know you are a champion, not necessarily World Heavyweight Champion, but you are in that caliber. You could be that easily. And that is the right direction for you as well. I feel like he can go for the world championship, but he can't do it right now. He gotta build the dominance. Like him and someone like a returning Andrade, they have to build the dominance to prove to Tony Khan that he can put his championship and his money and time and invest in you because he already gave you the bag to be on the roster. So I feel like a lot of people don't realize, bro. And Tony Khan is cutting them wicked checks. That's why you saw people jumping ships like that. He got money. He's a billionaire too. But the thing is, it's just the fact that he's not seeing them provide that real pull like CM Punk. That's why you think, or MJF to some degree. MJF, he's willing to invest in MJF because he knows you're the future of my company, for you're a real homegrown talent. Yeah, I can have these one Bill Fields and all these people, but I can say I made you. I can say I made you. Even if you retort me or nothing like that, I gave you this platform.
Like Vince did with The Rock.
Exactly. So that's why he's forever like, yeah, nigga, you can keep talking. I'll sit up. We'll do whatever. Keep promoting me. Keep doing something because you're attached to me. And until 2024, whatever you want to fucking do, but don't even feel like MJF's going to go to WWE. He's going to make such a name for himself, do such classic shit here. Why would he go somewhere else when he's getting the money he wants, can wrestle how he wants, control his character? It's just he does that so that way he can set up for future plots and people to hate him. You know what I mean? But it just the writing's on the wall too much, and I feel like Miro, you need to get to that upper echelon, like dominate this mid-card division consistently for 6 months straight to a year, and then be like, once this MJF, CM Punk, Adam Cole stuff blows over, state your claim because they're gonna want fresh faces, and what better way to do that than to be dominant in the meantime? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if it's not him, who else would you see that's somebody that you see they're like dangling between mid card and main event? You want to see challenge for the AEW championship?
I would love to see Swerve Strickland get a chance.
Yeah.
Or I would love to see Orange Cassidy drop that belt and then get a chance at this, because I feel like this is the next level for Orange Cassidy. He's been holding it down for those 2 belts, and I feel like he would do a great job with the AEW championship. And I feel like that would elevate that championship to a whole nother level too, because of what kind of competitor Orange Cassidy is. Like we talk about all the time how he just turns it on, and he just somehow seems like he's the best wrestler in the world when he's in there.
He knows how to adjust.
And he has mad resiliency. I don't watch this man be dropped on his neck countless of times and still kick out and still figure out a way to win. You know what I mean? I know he go home all beat up and bruised, but you don't really see that at all. You would never see that, and he don't show you that. So I feel like Orange Cassidy would be very deserving of that, and I feel like he would also give MJF
a run for his money.
Yeah, the match of a lifetime for sure.
Definitely, I feel that as well with the match of a lifetime. I'm trying to think, like, really, because I really want to see AEWC. That's why you often wondered why I gravitate towards MJF, because I see it from the jump that he got it, even to the point when he betrayed Cody, and there's a reason why Cody couldn't challenge for the championship when he lost to Jericho at the first ever Full Gear. That MJF cemented himself in the legacy of AEW. Like, he's a staple reason for why one of the EVPs could not hold the championship. Not only that, he's basically Cody's prodigy. So when him flourishing like this, he learned everything from Cody. And like, he's literally showing you, like, I'm a modern day do it yourself too, in a different way.
Sidebar. Do you think Cody lost to Jericho for the same reason he lost to Roman? Lack of experience. Even though he went to other companies, he was well established. But because who Roman is at this time and who Chris Jericho is overall is the reason why they have to go over Cody Rhodes. And it makes sense.
I mean, the Roman part, we have a solidified answer. The Jericho, I feel like no. I feel like he knew
he beat The Rock and Stone Cold in the same night.
Exactly, he beat him in the same night.
Cody Rhodes, I know you went to other companies and held belts and all that, but how WWE depicted Chris Jericho versus how they depicted you, Stardust. Okay.
I mean, I feel like it could be.
Made my list.
But he just made.
He was a world champion.
He just made this company. He did so much, bro. And it's like, I feel like that's not why. I feel like he literally just said, like, Cody puts himself too much to be a babyface. So like, it fucked him over because he was trying to be like, that's gonna be a reason for you. My fans always root for me. I'm not gonna be able to get the championship. I'm gonna always be the heart and soul of AEW because I'm just doing it because I love you guys. You know I can't get that belt, and that fucked him up because they're like, you're just in here now and you never could get that belt. A nigga like Kenny Omega getting the World Tag Team Championship. The only thing I can say, Cody, he solidified the TNT Championship. He made it prestigious and they dwindled it off. Because he made it for what it was. He made it something that people were trying to clamor for. He had classics with Brody Lee. He had a match with Sammy Guevara. His last match, that ladder match, was phenomenal. He let Sammy go over. So Cody was always putting the business first, but
Sammy whooped his ass.
But sometimes he put the business first a little too much. Like, there's moments like he shouldn't have let MJF, or he shouldn't have let Chris Jericho put that. Okay, he could have lost to Chris Jericho. He needed to put that stipulation. Because if Cody would have touched that belt, low-key, he was on trajectory. He should have got the belt before Kenny. I'm going to be honest with you. I see Cody as Kenny and him could put on classics, and the reason why they were in the Bullet Club together and the reason why they were in the Elite together, because it's kind of like, nigga, you are a threat to me and I'm a threat to you, but we're together, we're dope. So we're going to just do this Elite and hang out with the Young Bucks and push the narrative, but we're going to compete, but it's not, we're going to pull that off, bro. And that's why I feel like he might come back to AEW at one point, because Kenny ain't necessarily gonna 100% come to WWE, but I know Cody will pull the spin the block like, you guys miss me? Mm-hmm. Remember how you guys do it? Then I can see him having to go on the Ultimate Heel run and just shitting on all of them like, I didn't need you guys. And the Bucks, look what you're doing. Like, that's how you guys did shit since I was around.
Yeah, that was just my only thing, because I was all like, bro, it just makes so much sense though. Like, in my opinion, looking at it professionally and like, you know, like somebody being a higher up, I'm trying to look at it like a higher up would. Like, yeah, sorry, Stardust. Let's switch gears though. Willow is low-key nice. She's nice. At first, like I was hating on her. I'm not gonna lie, I was hating on her fat ass because I was all like, "You cannot wrestle. You barely even doing anything."
That's why
Like,
Sasha let her go over on her.
I was like, "Why you let her do that?" But then it made sense because Sasha got injured, so I was like, "All right, whatever, whatever." So, but I'm just still having to, fumble around with that. I'm like, nah, I don't know. But I think she nice. Like she really showed me more in this match than she has in any other match I've viewed her in. You know what I mean? So
I could say the same. I'm looking forward to
she's
seeing her.
dominant. She got that crazy power bomb too.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see her what she does with that championship because she's the inaugural one, and I can't wait to see maybe what if she comes back to get challenged by Mercedes Moné at Forbidden Door. That'd be dope.
Yeah,
As far as the match overall, I feel like the Outcast. I don't know fully what's going on with Saraya while she's off screen, but I'm okay with the dynamic of Tony and Ruby because they feed off each other pretty well, and
yeah,
because they're more so realistically the newer like breed because they did come from WWE similarly around the same time.
yeah.
Both
I just
released.
don't want Tony Storm getting too involved with Ruby Soho.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just let her still do her tag thing or go for the TBS championship. Don't get too involved with her because she gonna bring you down, and you want to just elevate. You know what I mean?
Because Saraya's okay, because she's a prodigy. The only reason that messed her up, she got injured early, but you can learn a lot from her because she was very skilled in the ring. So you can pick up a lot from her, and you're already a hard hitter, Tony.
Yeah.
So like,
And I can also see Sky Blue being a legible competitor in the future for the AEW Women's Championship because she showed real resiliency in that match, and she also showed that she actually has a good move set, along with Nightingale. Like I really didn't think like she was worthy of having that belt, but last night just seeing how she was maneuvering in the ring, she kind of reminds me of like a female black version of Kevin Owens in a way, just a little bit more agile. So I feel like this group of women had like a really great match, and it's gonna be nice seeing where they're all at in the next year or so. You know what I mean? Hopefully, Tony Storm's still on top, and these other women are just elevating in their own ways. But I like Tony Storm. I feel like she's a great representation for that belt, and right now I don't really see anyone knocking her off.
at all.
And hopefully, Saraya gets whatever is going on situated. I feel like it's sex related because Saraya just got so much fucking porn on the internet. Like you can see that shit everywhere. It's all over Twitter. This bitch got nut all on the NXT championship. She wilding on the internet. So I feel like they pulled her to the side like, yo, you got a lot of porn on the internet and we got you out here wrestling and touching kids and shit. You gotta chill. Bro, I don't know how WWE fires Mandy Rose for having a fan time, but then upgrades Paige to general manager after she was just getting a train ran on her. That went viral. What? So I don't know. I feel like it's sex related. I feel like AEW pulled her to the side and was all like, yo, you wildin', right? Like, we got to figure this out. We got to get some of this off the internet before you come on this television, yo. Like, I know we we not a PG show, but yo, we got kids on this show.
No comment. No comment. she's no comment. No comment. I hope she figures that shit out.
Me too. I mean, I don't know what else she could possibly do. It. I haven't heard anything wild else about her, but all I know is she just be on extracurricular shit like that. So I thought that was weird, and it makes sense why we haven't seen her on TV.
After that tremendous show of women's tag team wrestling that, Willow and Sky Blue performed on the Outcast, I have to say, man, Buddy Matthews and Andrade stole the show, bro. They stole the show. They had one of the most
That should have been
hard-hitting
the main
women.
event.
That was one of those hard-hitting, dope, like returns for Andrade he could have possibly wanted. They both sold the story. They did a part in the match where they both sold some injuries, storytelling right there. They both hit each other, significant others, finishers
Oh
on each
my
other.
goodness, they was hitting each other hard as hell.
And then he hit him with that. He hit him with that elbow. I'm like, low key, Chris Jericho,
Ooh-wee.
you can't do the Judas effect no more. You can't see Andrade lining people up like that as a signature move.
Boy, had Buddy sitting down in the corner like,
help. Why you hit me
oh
so
my
hard?
God, had Buddy on stuck.
I didn't know you did that. I didn't know you did that.
Bro, when he was doing that in WWE, I was like, bro, this man is nothing to be played with.
But at least you know he has some championships in WWE. Like,
bro, I was just telling my shorty how Andrade used to get suspended for like going too crazy in the ring, like over injuring wrestlers. Like, you know what I mean? Like, remember when he dropped Alberto Carrillo on his head on the cement outside the ring? Bro, like from that match, I was like, yeah, nah, you can't be fucking around with Andrade. But I like Buddy Matthews too because he don't fuck around either, bro. He matches that intensity. But it makes sense why Andrade won this match.
It definitely makes sense. I'm looking forward from this to come because at the end of the match, Buddy Matthews did basically have him jump by the House of Black when the lights went out. I think Andrade is going to reform his group with Preston, and I believe they also have a Rouge. They believe have Rouge as well. So I'm thinking that that's what's going to come from this, and that's going to be his first taste of AEW Gold. You know what I'm saying? The Trios Gold. Yeah. And I feel like that'd be a tester to see or how you get reception from the crowd with the champion, with the most you make of it, and like potentially him ascending as we were talking about, getting to that main event, which you know he belongs in.
Yeah. If I'm being honest though, even though that's how it looks, I'm not feeling Andrade going for those belts. I want to see Andrade really solidify himself as a singles competitor and start going for singles gold. You know what I mean? I want to see him go against Orange Cassidy. You know what I mean? Or I want to see him go against Samoa Joe for his Ring of Honor belt. I want to see him go against MJF. Like, I want to see Andrade finally get to the top. I mean, come on, bro. Your father-in-law is Ric Flair. Your wife is a 14-time women's champion. When was the last time you won a world championship? Have you ever won a world championship?
NXT, that's it. And then probably in like, you know, Hispanic. I think he's been into Mexican promotions. He's been a pretty prominent figure and been a world champion. But
and it's like as of lately,
that in AEW, though. I really want to though.
Exactly, and I feel like that's exactly where he needs to be. And I'm also not interested in seeing him and his group beat the House of Black. They've put a group of my favorite wrestlers together right now. They are my top 5 favorite wrestlers in AEW right now. All right, CM Punk, Orange Cassidy, and them. Okay, they do not fuck around. Aleister Black, that's my dog for real. If he wasn't in that group, he'd be number 1. And if he won more titles by himself, he would definitely be number 1. But that's why he's at 3. Buddy Matthews, he not for play, bro. And he showed you in this match with Andrade, even though he lost. I don't mind Buddy Matthews in this group, but I want to see him also go for singles gold. Like, bro, you're a world champion type of caliber wrestler. Why aren't you? You know, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't know. Do you count the Cruiserweight Championship as a world champion?
I mean, not really, but yeah, in a sense he was, because like there was a whole division. He was only wrestling in that division. He was stepping on him. The only reason he not in that division because he bulked up, because he's a fucking gym head.
Exactly. So
no competition.
I mean, you know, he has that potential to be the star of a company.
He could wrestle with MJF, because this is why I fuck with MJF.
Can I just say real quick? I like the way the House of Black is being used, but I feel like they could be used better.
Yes, like I like that they have like this ambiance of them, like mystique wise. But I feel like I want to see more of them. Fuck that mystique. Let me be scared of them every week.
Exactly, exactly, bro. Because look, bro, that's just too good. It's just too good.
Even their finisher, they got a Dante's Inferno. This nigga Aleister Black kicks you while he has Buddy Murphy throw you into Brody King, and he fucking drops you on your neck like a tombstone.
Oh my goodness!
I'm like, bro, that's so crazy. They literally got to finish that and incorporates all 3 of them.
Oh my goodness! You guys do not want no smoke with that. I promise you.
Hey, every time they hit somebody with that, they fuck them off. And you know how you know that's solidified? They beat the Young Bucks, the Elite, to get it. So that moves hit on Kenny, moves hit on Nick and Matt. We're all like, yeah, we're okay with losing.
It's so funny, bro. I was just watching some old clips of SmackDown, and Nick Jackson popped up. I was like, "Look at Nick! Wow, I didn't even." This shit went way over my head at first. I was like, "Man,
I remember them
Nick
when they
got
were in
range."
TNA, bro, because they were in TNA and
They were.
and they didn't know what.
Wasn't Nick with that one dude Shannon, or you know who I mean?
Me and Shannon Moore.
Shannon Moore, yeah.
No.
Wasn't he wrestling with Shannon Moore at one point?
But I know who you're talking about. Somebody else.
That was my nigga
Well,
back in the day, boy. Shannon Moore.
The book of Dilly Gap. Does it look like I give a fuck?
Yeah, that was my dog, bro. Shout out Shannon Moore, bro.
Me too. He was always hella cool. I always wanted to see him win. Matt used to always abuse him.
He used to do it bad.
Just because they grew up together.
I was so surprised seeing Matt Hardy get a world championship in TNA. I was all like, they just gave you that shit, nigga.
No, because I'm gonna be honest. At that
he
point,
earned
Matt,
that time.
He earned it.
He earned that shit.
Because Matt came on my favorite Matt Hardy, and people might be.
That wasn't no delete all that bullshit.
No,
that was just Matt Hardy being a dick.
My favorite Matt Hardy is Ice Pick Matt Hardy when he got the choke. Remember when Matt Hardy started coming back with the choke?
Yeah.
He came to TNA when Jeff was on that get high shit, and he was low-key just enforcer on some shit.
Yeah, he was beating Jeff up at the end of that.
Yeah,
he was whooping Jeff ass at the end
I'm
of that.
Sure you want to be a world champion,
right?
I gotta go watch some of that. Anyway,
yeah, bro, those are the good times, bro.
He had the move called the Ice Pick. That's the move. Matt Hardy choke speed. I'm like, nigga, they ain't never talked to Matt Hardy like this. Niggas, he's scared.
I don't know why he don't, bro.
Because he just want to be gray haired and cool, and he almost died 2 years ago. So he almost bled out at AEW.
I feel like Matt is like that because he don't get high. Like you don't ever hear Jeff just trying to be on some weird storyline shit.
I feel like Jeff ruined that shit for him. He like that shit not cool. Like he literally like that's it. That's it. He's completely turned off to the whole idea of anything that's get high.
I'm fucking dead, bro. I would laugh dumb loud if we wasn't on fucking mic right now.
He's like,
that's mad funny.
You could say anything to him. Touch like, we're smoking a little bit of weed. He's like, that's not cool. He just thinks about all the shit he sees Jeff do.
Don't even gotta be weed related.
He's like, you get high?
Oh no,
you can't be.
Yeah, no.
I
can't hang out with you. Up next, we're gonna be talking about the main event of AEW Collision, featuring Samoa Joe, Jay White, and Juice Robinson versus CM Punk and FTR. I really don't like FTR, but I want to highlight something.
Yeah, I thought about this match. I thought about how they all came out in sweaters. I was like, bro, they be riding CM Punk so hard. I'm like, bro, where's this friendship established? He didn't even fuck with y'all when he was on WWE. When did y'all come? Like 2016? He wasn't in the company.
Right. I'm like, how did he get cool with them? But it just makes sense. They all dickheads in a way. But there was something else I wanted to really highlight, bro. Did you notice how disinterested Samoa Joe looked the entire match, bro? He was just, bro, I ain't never seen Samoa Joe look that calm, that disinterested in a match. He's just leaning on the ropes with his arms just hanging, just relaxing the whole time. He has like the world's straightest face, like barely any action. I'm not hating on it. I understand it. I'm all like, see, this is exactly what I've been preaching on this show. Samoa Joe needs to be used better, bro. He's a warrior. Samoa Joe is a real champion, and I feel like he's not getting his just due, even though he's got a belt right now.
I agree with you on that, bro. But I feel like what it is this is the prelude to the storm. So you see how he was calm and looking disinterested, but he had a nice face off with CM Punk, and he was able to lock in the coconut clutch.
Yeah, and towards the end, like he started, tuning up. Yeah,
and
tuning up. But like,
bring that out of him because you see how you sit thinking on that. CM Punk might refer to that because they said there's rumored to have a feud with Collision to be like that's supposed to be a centerpiece of this new spectacle. So I'm thinking CM Punk's gonna wake it up. Yeah, I got the victory over you, Joe. It's been a while since I've seen you. Yeah, TV champ. How's that working out for you? I don't even need a TV, but I guess I got the rates. I guess I'm the champ. Like, just say some shit to Joe, wake him up, like you, and then for him to remember, be like, remember all the Ring of Honor classes we had where I was stomping on you? Then I moved on to TNA and I was running out the company, and you couldn't even hang in that company. You had to leave and go to WWE. when I was running shit there.
Mm-hmm.
I need that kind of Joe. I need that the nation of violence. That's where he's from.
Yeah, because I love Joe as champion. That's exactly what's supposed to be going down. But at the same time, he's supposed to be having legible competition. He's supposed to be having great feuds. You know what I mean? Like he's supposed to be ascending. Like I feel like Samoa Joe is just still at the same level, and you know what I mean. Like he's not.
I get you on that because
I feel like just something's just missing overall. Like he's got the belt, but it's just like, yo, like you ain't got the.
I'm gonna be honest, not
the
disrespect
feud.
Ring of Honor, but it's not that because he's a dominant champion, but he needs an AEW championship.
Exactly,
like how
bro.
he
I
was
feel like something just
he already
missing
had
like
a tag
that.
in TNT title, but like he needs another one.
That Ring of Honor shit is just to shut niggas up. That's how I feel like. That's why Cesaro had that motherfucker. Look, we're gonna shut you up. We're gonna give you this. At the same time, our company isn't as big as the WWE and AEW, so we need somebody to turn us up, which is why they let Chris Jericho's old ass hold the belt. You know what I mean? So like I agree with you what you said, bro. He needs an AEW championship.
Yeah,
bro.
and I feel like the international championship, something like that, or maybe the world title. But like I said, Joe's team, like he can compete with all these guys, but because I love that with AEW's schedule, it's been able to him to keep not the injuries at a minimum. So I just want to keep seeing him be a little more consistent on the ring. Then I'll say maybe go for the world title. That's the only thing I'm working against him. He's not durable. So I feel like at this stage of his career for real. So I want him to show me he can still get like 6 more months out of you. And I'd be like, yeah, give it to Joe before he gets too old. It's not believable anymore. But also, I want to say CM Punk did great in this match. I feel like it's only beginning for Pepsi Phil. Like I said in the beginning of the show, I can't wait to see the leaps and bounds he pushes with the group, with everybody. I feel like from the bottom up, when he's around, he shifts people. So I feel like coming into this halfway point in the year, bro, he's about to turn everything up. He's coming around at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
This is all strategic. Forbidden Door, all in, all out.
My message to Jay White is, bro, don't just be letting AEW use you any kind of way. I know you just happy to be there and whatnot and all that good stuff, but you still a top champion, bro.
You're high caliber player.
You're the head of the Bullet Club. Like you can't be just subjected to anything. You know what I mean? So don't let them play about you, bro. I know you probably didn't want to be in this match either, just like Samoa Joe did. Because you could read it on his face. Like, and when it was time for him to get in the ring, he was like, okay, I gotta go or this nigga gonna beat me up. And I'm not trying to look bad, so yeah, I'm gonna turn up.
And I feel like,
but before that, he didn't give a fuck to be in the ring.
And literally Jay White just doing like that Uranagi hit on Punk and had Punk hit him with that crazy ass lariat. Mm-hmm. Punk's already requested to work with Jay White, so I feel like Jay low-key did this match to rub shoulders and to just do it because I'm a main event, the new show. Because that's like, look, I'm a main eventer already. Mm-hmm. Look who I'm main event with shit with. No, not even competed for a championship yet. Yeah. I can't wait to see him with a title, but like I said, like of course he could be in the bill with MJF or not. He's on that caliber. He sold out Madison Square Garden already. But I feel like with him it's a slower build because I want Jay to stand out more. I don't want him to be rushed like with all these other guys, you know. But I do agree with you. If anything, keep you off TV for a little bit, but not like to where we forget about you. But like, there's nothing nothing important. If it's not something LOL funny like Juice Robinson cracking FTR with a fistful of quarters,
right?
I don't need to see you.
Yeah, just chill out somewhere. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I don't have time for him to be misused either. Are they trying to?
He's too fire to be misused, bro.
Yeah, and I don't want them to like try to go the easy route and just give him a Ring of Honor championship and be like, see, look, we paid him off.
Yeah.
Like, nah, that's whack. That's whack. I'm sorry. Ring of Honor, I'm sure, is a great company, but, you know, obviously not as big as AEW and obviously not as big as WWE. And the way you guys just be giving WWE guys belts as soon as they appear on that roster is just like kind of lazy booking. Like, oh, this is a WWE guy. He's hella good over there in the company, so he's better than all you guys. Right. So here you go. Like, yo, that's lazy booking to me. So that's why I'm like Samoa Joe. I don't feel like he's getting his just due for real. Like, yeah, that belt is cool and all. I mean, it looks cool too, but I'm like, they could do him a little better, you know?
Definitely, they could.
Overall, it was a great match, and I enjoyed seeing CM Punk back in the ring. And like I said, bro, like he put on some weight, so now he looks a little bit more sturdy in the ring. Like,
yeah, it looks like a real feel.
exactly, every move that he did, I was like, okay, I can trust it. It looks trustable.
Bro,
it
he
looks
looks
believable.
way smoother in the ring than he did this first go around coming back.
Yeah, he looks like he's been training a lot in the ring, so I'm excited to see where he goes from here.
Absolutely, bro. 100% back the statement of him seeing him in the ring is exciting again. And definitely, bro, because nostalgic, bro. Remember when we were 9 and 8 years old watching him ascend to WWE ranks? Now he's the top gun, and everybody's trying to act like they're tired of him, but really, he's pushing you guys forward because he's giving you guys a challenge. How can you work around him when he used to be like you guys? So you guys need to fucking figure out how to work around him like he figured out how to work around John,
Right.
Trips, all the go, all the. And who's MJF always talking about? Trips. Who the fuck? Who the fuck MJF? Who
He
the
figured
fuck
out how to
Adam Cole?
hold a world title while all of them were in the company.
Exactly. He made sure he stood out, and that's why I could always tip my cap to CM Punk and give him respect. And like seeing him at Double or Nothing was a great thing. I feel like I got to see CM Punk wrestle. Like I don't care what he did. I was like, that's a moment I'll never forget.
Man, my favorite CM Punk was him with the long hair, and then he got the snake bite, and he was on ECW, and he just won the world
He's like,
championship.
drugs are bad.
Bro, he was not fucking
And
around
he
with
was
nobody.
with John Morrison. That was crazy.
Yes, bro. That was the best CM Punk to me.
Definitely, I agree with you on that, bro.
We appreciate everybody out there watching with us. Again, it's your boy, the Franchise Kid, Franchise Jerry, and I got my dog with me.
Think I need a Fiji water. You know what it is, man.
And you guys have been watching Wrestling with Xotics. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, man.
Share this shit with the world, y'all.
And turn on your post notifications so you know every time we drop a track. And make sure you guys go check out our shop at pcfshop.myshopify.com. We got something for everybody on there, man. Guaranteed. Peace.